If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Allow us to explain.
It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Super easy to use.
Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more.
You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. That is money right in your pocket.
It's everything you need to make a podcast in one convenient, easy place.
Download the free Anchor app on your app store, Google Play, whatever you got, or go to anchor.fm to get started. I repeat, that's anchor.fm.
Hey everyone,
How's it going?
we're back again.
I'm your host, Caleb,
Episode 3. I'm Dylan.
and we are back with hopefully another riveting episode discussion and life-altering questions about,
Yes.
really minute crap. So,
Dude, right off the bat, you know what I've been thinking about a lot, tonight specifically for some reason?
what's that?
I've been thinking about Patty Mahomes' fatty contract. So I'm sitting here,
Patty rocking a fatty.
fatty with that fatty
kids say.
contract, bro. And, it's still ridiculous to me. The dude has all the talent in the world, but it's still
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous to me how, they value that one human being at over $500 million. The dude deserves it, don't get me wrong, but that's just crazy to me still.
And I know people use this expression sarcastically a lot of the time, but I mean this with full, wholehearted sincerity. It could not have happened to a nicer guy.
Honestly.
Like he is genuinely like what all NFL players should aspire to be. I'm not talking about play on the field. Well, obviously, anybody should try to emulate his play on the field, but I'm talking as a human being, a humanitarian,
Yeah, for sure.
and a philanthropist.
He's
just
such
been
a good guy.
above
Yeah.
and beyond, and
yeah.
I'm so happy he's got so much success this early. But yeah, let's dissect this contract a little bit, please.
So it's for 10 years, right? And it's
10 years added on to what is left of his rookie deal,
yes,
too.
which is
so
what, 2 years
12
or something like
2
that?
years left at this point. There would have been a fifth-year option had he not signed that, but because
Yes.
I believe he's signed an extension, so really that option is no longer a thing. I can explain more about that if you're curious, but if just essentially no, it's a forced addition.
Yeah.
It's like a franchise tag, but
Yeah.
for draft pick. So he's now there for 12 more years. So he's played he's been in the league for 3 years. 2 years as a full-time starter.
Yeah.
He sat 1 year behind Alex Smith.
Mhm.
And then in his first year as a starter, essentially his rookie season, wins league MVP, comes one game short of a Super Bowl appearance that would eventually go to the Patriots, and the Patriots win that anyway. And funny enough, had the Chiefs made the Super Bowl against the Rams, we would be talking about Patrick Mahomes, two-time Super Bowl champ right now.
Yeah, for real.
However, he says, you know what, no problem, got plenty of time. Comes out next season. He misses, I believe, 4 or 5 games with a knee injury, and still leads the league in a few statistical categories, or is at least up there. Obviously, Lamar Jackson dominated a lot of the conversation, deservedly so.
Yeah.
But he comes out and plays absolutely outstanding, and wins the Super Bowl. Comes back from behind in every playoff game, even the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable run. Gets Andy Reid his much-deserved first ring.
Finally,
Yes.
As an Eagles fan, I've been waiting to see Mr. Reid get that ring.
Just as somebody who has the utmost respect for Andy Reid in general, I was happy to see it. So Mahomes is now arguably the guy in the league. He's the new
highest paid,
without question. I genuinely think him and Lamar Jackson will be the next Tom Brady and Peyton Manning we talk about for forever now. And I genuinely feel like when it's all said and done that Mahomes will have the statistical I feel like Mahomes will always have the Super Bowl rings over Jackson. I feel like we could be talking about a 5-2, 5-3 split here between the two of them. Jackson, I feel like, will lead the league in a lot of statistical categories a lot of years, much as Manning did to his career. But when it's all said and done, Mahomes will have the rings and Lamar will have the records.
Yeah. So because we're talking about like, I mean, if you look at Lamar Jackson last season, the dude was absolutely phenomenal. Like he
Oh,
crushed,
without a doubt,
he,
yes.
yeah, he crushed everything. And Mahomes was just like a really all around like solid player. Like that dude was a beast too. But
But
like Mahomes
Mahomes
just
did a
had,
lot of the things that Lamar did the
yeah,
season before. I
yeah,
really feel like if Mahomes didn't get injured in the middle of the season, we would have had a much closer race when talking about
hmm
the league leaders.
statistical at least,
Yeah.
yeah.
I apologize. I feel like we drifted a little bit off where we're talking about. We're talking about this contract. He's now in Kansas City for 12 years. He's played 3 years already. That will be up until his 15th year in the league. I believe that will leave him in about his mid 30s
Yeah,
when the
that's
contract
crazy.
is over, which is now considered like not even old for a quarterback. That's like
Yeah,
middle aged.
thanks to Tom
We
Brady.
got guys got like Brady, Breeze,
Yeah,
Roethlisberger to an
yeah,
extent, but still, he's still in the league. Rivers,
yeah.
guys that are
I'll definitely
completely
still have,
defying what we thought about ages of quarterbacks. And tell you, even Favre before them, Favre really paved the way for this too.
yeah.
Favre had to come out of retirement a couple times for it, but still, it's insane how much longer quarterbacks are lasting. So the Chiefs have gotten what is essentially, I mean, you can think about it as a lot of money, but they're getting the bargain of a lifetime. They never have to worry about quarterback ever again, essentially.
For a good
For as
long
long as it
while.
matters. And how fitting that Patrick Mahomes Jr., the son of Patrick Mahomes and MLB, I believe, Hall of Famer. I could be
Yeah,
wrong, but I'm
yeah,
pretty sure
yeah,
he's in the
yeah.
Hall of Famer.
I've heard that before.
How
Yep.
how fitting that Patrick Mahomes, son of Patrick Mahomes, gets the NFL's first ever what we will call quote unquote baseball contract.
Yep.
Crazy. So
I know that boils down to just about a little over 50 million a year. And I saw this meme, and it was like a picture of like a tall guy, and it was labeled Patrick Mahomes $503 million contract, and then it was a short guy right next to him, and it was like Dak Prescott thinking he's worth 34 million. So it's just still insane, but like um yeah, I mean, and he's surrounded by a great team too
oh, for sure. And what
to
really
support
blows
him.
my mind is they had Chris Jones, their defensive tackle, on the franchise tag. But Chris Jones was saying that he was not going to play the season unless he got, a longer term contract extension and was paid like one of the best at his position because he
Hmm.
absolutely is one of the best at his position. Well,
Yep.
a lot of people are talking about like, well, the Chiefs got to pay Mahomes, and like they're building around so many other pieces like Tyreek Hill, Tyrann
Oh yeah.
Mathieu,
Oh yeah.
all those kind of guys. They're like saying, how can they ever pay Chris Jones? Chris Jones isn't going to play the season. The Patrick Mahomes deal was so financially smart for them because the way NFL's cap room works and future money and like
Yep.
currently their money works, they were able to sign him to a 4-year deal. I believe he's now the second
Wow.
highest paid D tackle in the league behind Aaron Donald, who I still believe is deservedly the
Oh,
number
oh
one.
my God, yeah, that
But
dude's a beast.
but because they were in, when you actually look at it, the Chiefs have so much more room to build if they so choose. Because they cut out so many of their highest paid players from the Chiefs of maybe 5 years
A few
ago.
years ago, yeah.
Alex Smith, Tom Bahali, Dwayne Bowe,
Kareem
those
Hunt.
kinds of guys who the Chiefs were always kind of that team pushing for the wild card spot, but never had enough success.
Yep.
The early Andy Reid days, but now we've gotten to the point where I feel like
Now they're just so
they're going to be
strong.
the new Patriots. I really do believe that they're going to be that team that we talk about. That we're like, oh, they're in the playoffs again. Oh, they're in the AFC Championship again. They're going to be that team. They really are. And I know we're all so excited to see that the Patriots probably won't be that team anymore. But let's face it, we're all just going to move on to hating another one. That cycle doesn't go anywhere.
Tampa, yeah.
Yeah, Tampa could have a good year this year. I'm not going to count Brady
I'm not
out.
against it, yeah.
I would never count Brady out until he's actually out. But
So, yeah,
yeah.
I mean, with all that being said, do you have anything else you want to say about it, or you wanna sort of curve away from this topic, or
Yeah,
so?
I feel like we should not go too heavy into sports, considering some future plans we may have for future episodes. Wink, wink. But yeah, just definitely a big current event to talk about. I have some other things relating to sports that I would love to get into a more focused podcast later on. But for now, yes, congratulations, Mr. Mahomes.
Yes.
And
That's
please
amazing,
continue
fantastic.
to be the awesome human you've been. I don't care how you play on the field.
For sure.
I'm sure Chiefs fans do, but just keep being a role model, please. All right, so What's been going on with you, Dylan?
Dude, like I'm still down here. Like you'd think I'd be used to this weather down here in South Carolina by now, but
Hmm.
like it still hits me like a truck, dude. Like I'm walking out of my room, and it's just like by the time I get to my car, I'm covered in like a film of sweat.
Uh,
And it's
well,
like there's so many like bodies of water down here too, and there's
yeah,
which
yeah.
is like a gateway for wildlife like alligators,
Hmm.
snakes, like bugs, you name it. Like, and I'm sitting here like the question keeping me awake at night is would I be able to swim in the river on base? And the answer is probably no.
No, oh. But you think we're both Pennsylvania born and bred, being where Pennsylvania, the home of balls hot summers and ice cold winters. Although
And
it's gotten a little warmer in
an
recent years since I've
unnatural amount
wondered,
of
but
limestone. Yeah.
yes, and Lyme disease. But
Yeah,
so just that adjustment of being down south, it's a shock to the system.
it is. But I love the southern hospitality here, dude. Like the
Oh,
people are
without a
so
doubt.
nice, and it's unparalleled, except the drivers. I'm sorry. South Carolina, people who might be listening right now, I have gotten into more near accidents down here than I have ever done in my entire life.
That may not be true.
It is
Um,
true.
um,
What about you? What's up?
just I've kind of been worrying more about my situation in terms of my upcoming educational semester at
Oh
university.
yeah, are you so okay, I forgot. Are you going back to
Well,
campus
see,
for the
that's
fall
where it gets
semester?
interesting. That's where it gets
Okay,
interesting because
explain.
they've said on multiple occasions that the plan is to us be on campus.
Mm-hmm.
The county that the school is in the green,
Yep.
um, which is a good sign. But obviously, the climate is changing just a little bit right now. We're kind of at a weird spot where certain places are getting about as bad as it's ever been, and other states that have been very good about it have done a good job of kind of flattening the curve there. And Pennsylvania, I think, has been in a really good spot among those states, which is kind of surprising
That's
considering
good.
our like cities like Philly and Pittsburgh and
Yeah.
the traffic that we get a lot of traffic because we're a very common like kind of in between state of a lot of
Yeah.
states.
Yeah.
So especially with being so close proximity to like New York and Baltimore and
And yeah.
places like that. But Pennsylvania has been in relatively good shape, but then you hear about places like Florida and Texas and California, which are just struggling right now to fight it off. So we're kind of at that weird spot globally with the pandemic. So the plan has been to return to campus.
Okay.
But we've now been seeing so universities near us have decided that they're going full online, kind of not necessarily near us, but in the same
In the
relative
general area. Yeah.
geographical region. We have places
Yep.
like Harvard, which has said they will house no more than 40% of their undergraduate population, and that
Wow.
all their classes will be online. So like only a certain few will be able to actually live on campus.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I don't know all the details, but I just remember reading that. I have not received any letters, writing, literature stating about any change of plans for the university at this point. But my mother and I are pretty convinced at this point that there will be online all classes this semester, and they're just putting off announcing it until the last possible second because they really don't want to admit it. But we're pretty sure we're working toward that point, and where we think the best course of action for them is to have another semester like we finished out last spring semester.
Yeah.
With an online guided from home course direction, and then just try and be in better shape for after winter break.
Have you heard anything about Cornell?
You mean the top Ivy League school where
Known for their acapella groups?
world famous acapella group Here Comes Treble performs out of. Oh, great show. No, I have not heard anything about Cornell, but I can imagine it's in a similar situation. It's funny.
Man, that's crazy. Another
Did
semester.
you know several years ago that Ed Helms got to speak at Cornell's commencement?
Yeah, I did know that. I did know that.
Have you watched that video?
Yeah, I actually think I have.
He gives a fantastic speech.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
he's like, as somebody who has never actually gone to your school, I just played a guy who is a alum on television. But he gives a wonderful speech, and I found myself enjoying it like crazy.
Dude, I could not imagine being in his shoes saying that. Like, honestly, I would probably get up to the stand and start thinking about like cereal boxes fighting each other or something like that.
What a specific!
My last two brain cells.
I feel like you're giving that sounded way too specific to be made up on the spot. I feel like you're speaking from experience.
No, that's all just coming to my head, bro.
That's funny. Cereal boxes fighting each other.
Yeah, you got like the little pieces like coming out of the top.
Oh, look! I got money on Count Chocula.
Captain Crunch all day, bro.
Oh yeah, Captain Crunch. He's probably pretty good with a sword.
Dude, what's your favorite cereal?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Or a couple of your favorites.
All right. Yeah, see, I really don't know if I could. Okay. I love Frosted Flakes.
Yes.
So much so I can even eat them without milk, which I know like appalls some people. I think they taste delicious just like as a snack.
Don't tell me you're one of the people that like will eat water with your cereal if you're
Oh God, no. Oh my God, no.
Oh, that's okay. You
no
just
chance in hell.
You saved our friendship and the podcast with one stone.
Yeah,
right
we would have lost viewers for that if I said
that.
Yeah,
for sure.
No. I love milk and cereal, but I think I've mentioned before I'm lactose intolerant, so if I don't have like special lactose-free milk on hand, I will just like I enjoy cereal as like a snack, like it's no different than like a bag of potato chips. Yeah, munchy. But
okay,
Frosted
so we got
Flakes,
Frosted Flakes,
absolutely. Honey Nut Cheerios, can't go wrong. I think we talked about that one episode.
Oh yeah, dude, I still got my chocolate Cheerios.
That's funny.
I haven't gathered the courage to buy milk at the store.
We talked about the Superior brand of milk. I believe it's still chocolate.
Yes.
What else? I'm a big fan of Cinnamon Life cereal.
Okay.
I think it's made by just Kellogg's. Like it's like I guess I don't know if it's really marketed as like the healthy brand cereal. It's really good, and it's one of those cereals that doesn't get really gross when it's soggy. It actually maintains its
integrity.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't become like mush,
like slush. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't become like oatmeal.
A cereal slushy.
Yeah, it actually maintains its chew and it's very good cinnamon flavor.
Yeah.
Speaking of cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yes.
Definitely a favorite.
You know what I thought of when you said when we were just talking about chocolate Cheerios.
What's that?
And then also the milk. I've always wanted to try this, but I didn't think such a powerful thing could be created that you use chocolate milk with a chocolate cereal, like a pre-existing chocolate cereal. Like I feel like that would just be a double chocolate overload or something.
I have a name for that.
What's that?
Diabetes. Not to make light of diabetes, I'm sure.
Chocolate. You got that chocolate on chocolate. That's
death by chocolate.
That's some hypoglycemia. Yeah.
Paul Blart up in here.
Oh yeah.
Good movie as well. We'll just have to do a movie discussion at some point.
Oh my God, definitely. Movies are my thing.
I know you.
I'm
trying to get better. I'm really trying to broaden my horizons. I feel like I've done a better job, probably thanks to the quarantine more than anything. But I've tried to watch more movies, lately. And So, and something I've really gotten into lately. I started watching stand-up comedy, like Netflix specials.
Oh really? Who you been watching?
I've been a big fan of John Mulaney.
Okay.
I enjoy his a lot. He's very funny.
Do you have a favorite joke?
I'd probably butcher it if I even tried to tell it.
Okay.
Bill Burr. I'm a big fan of Bill Burr. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
No, I'm not. I haven't heard that name.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty funny. He's like an actor and a comic at the same time. Like he's been in some series.
Okay.
I know him. I've discovered him because he was in Breaking Bad. For a good handful of episodes. He played a relatively important role, as a minor character still, but was a cool guy and did a good job in that show. And
a grown man playing a child?
Did I say he was a child?
You said he was a minor character. Or was he in
the
coal industry?
He was digging for coal and gold and all that. Yeah, no.
Popped up from the ground every episode.
He had one of those lights on his head.
Yeah, helmet. Like a construction hat, like a Lego character.
Yeah. I would buy a Lego Breaking Bad set. So he did that. I love Joe Rogan, big fan of him.
Oh yeah,
he's very funny.
Yeah, his podcast is amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I try to
love
take a little inspiration from him. I'm sure.
Yep.
Joe, if you ever listen to this, what are you doing with your life, man? Well, like what made you find us? Just kidding. I'm really honored. Other podcasts or comedians.
I love you in Zookeeper.
I loved you in EA Sports UFC 1, 2, and 3, and also the UFC. Speaking of that, I completely unrelated. I barely play the UFC games, so I'm not a big source on them. But I did see apparently it was a big deal. They got rid of Joe Rogan for the upcoming one that comes out in August, next month actually. Yeah,
that's
they have
unfortunate.
Former UFC heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier is going to take his place as the commentator.
Wow.
So I don't know if Joe Rogan has just done less in the UFC lately. I like the UFC, but
he's probably at this point he has to be getting phased out.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate, but
yeah, we'll discussion for later. But so yeah, I mean, I enjoy a good handful of comedians. One of my all-time favorite comedians is a man named John Panette, who unfortunately passed away. Getting close to it's probably been over 5 years. I feel like I was in middle school when he passed away. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's coming up around. I can't put a time frame on it, but it really made me sad. He was our family favorite. We always talked about going to see him one day, but I still go back to his clips on YouTube. He's a very funny comedian. Rest in power. So yeah,
I'm gonna pretend like I know that reference.
No, it's just an alternative. It's like the hip way.
Rest
Instead
in power.
Rest in peace. It's like rest in power.
Rule the dead.
Dio de los Muertos. I probably butchered that.
Dia de los Muertos.
Did I butcher it or?
Not really.
Did I just drive away any part of any of our?
See you later, Hispanic viewership.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks for the demographic of 2 episodes. So how about you? What have you been finding yourself going to? For me, I didn't think I'd be a big fan of Netflix comedy specials, but here I am. How about you?
Actually, you know what? I can't remember if I told you already or not, but
go ahead.
I'll just tell the listeners. The entire reason. So I know you've always wanted to do a podcast, and the reason I sprung into coordinating with you to get this one rolling was because I've been watching a bunch of the Impractical Jokers, not just a normal show, but with quarantine they released a modification. Right? Yeah, it's called Dinner Party, and it's just them sitting down for a half an hour and just talking just like we are. And that's I was like, wow, I really like that idea. And I'm not out, I wasn't trying to steal their idea, but it's just that's definitely something I want to do with
that's not even
my
a
best
podcast
friend.
Too. It's not like you stole the idea. It's a television
video
show.
chat.
Yeah.
And they were just doing something. Yeah, they were just doing something to fill the time until they could start filming again. But that's I've been into Impractical Jokers. I kind of stalled out on Hannibal. It's still really good, but I just I haven't had the time or the drive to sit down and watch an hour episode anymore.
And you're close to the end too, so it's kind of do you push to the end or do you kind of savor it a little bit more?
Yeah,
I've been that way with Community. I have I think 10 episodes to go.
Yeah, I got 8 on Hannibal.
And I watched 2 this morning, and even I was like, oh my god, I don't think I can handle another one. And it's almost because I'm too afraid to let go.
Yeah, and it's weird because
I can always rewatch it, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's weird because in previous seasons, I would watch. I think one time I watched 4 or 5 1-hour episodes in one day.
Totally understandable.
And just on a day I wasn't doing anything, and now that I'm here, it's interesting.
Yeah, I have no clue what I'm gonna watch after Community is that kind of feel good time filler show because it's quick and easy 22 to 25 minute episodes.
Yeah,
20-ish episodes a season. There's plenty of it. Go around, but now that I'm nearing the end, I don't know what I'll do. I've seen The Office, Parks and Rec. I've thought about trying Arrested Development or 30 Rock at some point, because those are kind of the same vein era network shows of NBC sitcoms from that time frame. So figure maybe it'd be a natural move to try one of those, but I mean, I'm never opposed to throwing on an episode of The Office for comfort viewing, but like you want that show you can make progress through too.
Yeah. I just, for some reason, another thing lately that I've been thinking a lot about is like my dream cars, like after I get out of the Navy,
Oh yeah.
whenever, like either 6 or 10 years from now. I'm thinking I want like a newer Chevy Silverado truck.
Okay.
Like newer as in, so let's say at that point it's either, 2025 or 2030. So I would be fine with like a 2020 Silverado by that point, because that's still relatively new, and
Sure, yeah.
these trucks are like really good, long
It'd be
lasting.
no
And
different
then,
than buying like a 2014 car right now. And like, if you thought about it, and I said like right now, you can have a brand new 2014 car. You're
oh
gonna
my
take it.
God, I would take it on a
Exactly. You know what I mean?
heartbeat. Yeah,
You know,
I have
like
a 2002
yeah.
Chevy Silverado, but she
Right.
still runs like a dream. So,
And
but
my sister drove a 2008 Nissan for so long until that car finally met its end. But like the longevity
God
of
rest its
cars.
soul.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that poor car. The longevity of cars is just so much different than it used to be in like most common cases.
Oh my God, yeah.
There's always like the vintage cars were like from the 1950s where they bring
Yeah,
them to the car
that
show.
you
And it's
see
like,
driving around to the car show.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's like the car still runs perfectly. Like those are
Well, yeah,
extreme
yeah,
conditions. I'm talking
yeah,
about like cars that are trading hands like 90 times
yeah.
and still work perfectly. It's one of those things. It's where you sacrifice the flash and the really the special nature of them, and they kind of get all kind of more boring. But that boring becomes like security and stability, and all that fun
So,
stuff.
so for my other car, I want a sports car.
Okay, yeah.
Probably either a Mustang or a Camaro. I'm leaning more towards Camaro,
So more
but
of a muscle sports car than like a
yes, than like a
performance sports
Corvette
car.
or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but like my thing is, will not. I refuse. Anyone knows I refuse to buy a sports car if it doesn't have a built-in Siri with the voice of Owen Wilson, because then it's just not worth driving. That's like Cars the movie.
So you essentially want to own your own Lightning McQueen.
Yes.
And every time that you make a U-turn or a three-point turn or anything that
it can
requires more than basic motor function, you want it to go, wow.
Yes, it can announce Kerchu. It can announce Kerchu to my fellow drivers on the road.
God. Well, to counter that, then all I want now, just because you said that, is a used tow truck that has been voiced over by Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Full of rust, yes. With like a broken headlight.
Well, you better be careful with that, because if it's voiced by Larry the Cable Guy, then it's probably gonna have transmission issues or heart issues. So you're gonna have to dump heart medicine into the gas tank.
That is so mean.
Sorry, Larry. I love you.
Larry, if you're listening.
Larry.
He's not listening. Yeah, we gotta find Larry.
The wrong Larry.
Speaking of the Jokers. Oh, that's funny. Did you see that Murr is getting married?
Yeah, I think he might have even gotten married.
Yeah, how did I completely miss this?
Oh,
I didn't even know he was engaged.
I never said anything.
Talk about James Murray of the Impractical Jokers, if you're unfamiliar.
Yes, he like in one of the episodes he was talking about like the ceremony. So, but like he wasn't really like direct with if it had already happened or not. Like I know he's been engaged for a while, but I'm not sure if they already had the ceremony. But yeah, he's just like mentioned it a couple times. They're not making like a big deal or anything out of it.
Yeah, no, that's totally cool. I may or may not have followed his wife on Instagram, but like that's just
she has a private account.
Curiosity. Oh yeah, I know. I still requested. I can't wait for her to not
Did she
let
accept
me
it?
No, I didn't check. I already forget her handle. But anyway, my point being, Q and Sal gonna get on that horse.
Yeah, I know, dude. They're all like mid-40s now, which is crazy. They're like 43, 44.
Q and Sal are not unattractive men.
No. They're good-looking dudes.
Exactly. I feel like they
could definitely.
In addition to the fact they're both very funny and very famous. You know what I mean? Like it.
Yeah, they've talked about this before, and Sal's thing is that like he's so like accustomed to living by himself, and he's so particular with certain things that he's
understood.
Just, like,
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like there's got to come a point when you want to have kids and
exactly,
settle down.
Or at least just like want to have somebody who can take care of you.
And Q, I'm pretty sure the deal with him, Brian Quinn, if anyone doesn't know, he just likes to party still. and
yeah.
he's doesn't want to get tied down.
Remember the one episode of I think they were in New Orleans. He was hoarse the entire episode.
Yeah. Yes.
Because he had been partying the night before filming.
Yeah.
Well, that was funny, but yeah, no, I totally respect like anybody's life decision. Like I've decided like it's not. If somebody like literally says like in life they're married and like we don't want to have kids, that's totally their deal. You know, like you know, like whatever, like you live your life however you feel satisfied, and whatever like makes you happy. Like don't, and especially if you don't want kids and you know you don't want kids, then I'd probably prefer you don't have kids because. Like it's not fair to the kid to be brought into that environment where like they obviously weren't wanted, you know.
Yeah.
So you know, I'd rather people just be happy with what they have, and like, you know, there's nothing wrong with wanting more. But if you're, you know, adamant that like it's not for you, then go, hey, yeah, do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Your decision.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
Which that is crucial in my career choice. So I got to make the boats float somehow, man.
All right, Pennywise.
They all float.
Call you Georgie.
So speaking of that, that just made me think of It, and that just made me think. Do you know? Have you heard of any like upcoming movies that are coming out that you know of, or no?
That I'm like particularly excited for, or just like in general?
Well, just in general, like anything that you've heard.
Well, movies have gotten to a really weird point because now they have to decide if they will keep pushing the release date until they're like people are comfortable being at a movie theater again, or if they just go the home streaming route where you pay.
Yeah, like... I got something about that real quick. So I'm not sure if this is true, but I was talking to my brother the other day, and he said that like there apparently a bunch of movie theaters around the states are going to be closing like within the foreseeable future.
Oh, our not local one, because it's not in our town, but like the the one that's like 20 minutes away.
The nice one?
No, not the nice one, the crappy one, but like the one that was really convenient and pretty cheap.
Oh yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The town. They shut down.
Really?
Yeah, they're not. They're
completely.
I'm pretty sure they're out of business. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Well, you think about it, they were barely sustaining themselves when it came, because they were like the big name chain theaters that were nearby that were admittedly much nicer. So like they were already second fiddle to those, but like obviously there were still the people who were like, I just want to see a movie. I don't really care how cheap it is. But like you take that completely out of the equation, like they're gone. But like a big corporation like cinema, yeah, it is a little bummed me out a little bit, because it was nice to have like that kind of place where like I knew for a fact that it was always going to be cheap, and yeah, the popcorn might suck and the chairs might be uncomfortable, but I'm paying like half the price at the big chain place. So
I'm sorry, I just focused on
stupid?
when you stuttered, you said, I said it's a little saddening, and you said it's a little bumming me out, and then that made me think for some reason of just a joke on the spot, and it's
Please,
like, what do you call a midget's ass? A little bum. I'm sorry. I love any and all people. Don't take offense to that, please. Please listen to the podcast.
I just can't believe you said it.
A midget's ass, dude. A little bum. Goodness. Hey, you said it first.
Definitely didn't say it in that context.
Dude, if they're not packing too much junk in the trunk, the boat can still be floating, you know? They're not, I gotta make these boats float. I can't have them being weighed down.
Some movies coming out.
Yes.
I know Black Widow was supposed to be coming out like
May. I forgot about that.
That was supposed to come out in May.
Oh my gosh.
That got kicked to November. Now at this point, I don't even know if November is feasible for a massive. So
it's getting the cyberpunk treatment.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I don't know if Black Widow is going to. It's a completely up to Marvel Studios, not Marvel. Like Marvel actual studios is the film division there. That's completely up to Marvel Studios, or whether they are just going to bite the bullet and say like we might need to take a little bit less of a profit on this movie and just put it out on like whatever they do, Amazon Prime or the Samsung Smart TV interface. I don't know how what service they use there, but they just have to let it be streamed at home, or do they just keep pushing it back? Another movie I know that got pushed back recently until like fall of 2021 was the Batman.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wow, that
I'm
got
sorry.
pushed back to
Like I believe it said like October, November 2021
Hmm.
now, instead of I think it was supposed to be like spring next year.
That's crazy.
Because they haven't been able to film it. Like they
Yeah,
would, like all their
yeah,
they've been able to do like everything they could at home, but at this
yep,
point, you have to make the movie. So
yeah.
that's been pushed. I mean, obviously that's a tentative date. That could go even further.
Mhm.
Um, I'm certain that a lot of, speaking of like the Marvel movies, but like because they're a big deal and obviously like they make a lot of money and there's a lot of them, which is crazy. They're probably all getting pushed more and more as we speak. Because they're starting a new phase soon of, like the new era of the movies now that Endgame has come out. There's kind of like this like soft reset,
Yeah,
like in the franchise. So
yeah,
like considering all that, how long of a break they took. There was supposed to be like essentially a year-long break from May of 2019 to May of 2020 between Endgame and Black Widow.
yeah. And I mean, even Black Widow is a prequel, so it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Black Widow literally, is between Civil War and Infinity War.
yeah,
So yeah, exactly. Like, so essentially, it's not even a part of the reset.
yeah.
But like, I don't remember the names of the movies right offhand. I believe one of them is called like the Eternals or something like that. And one
Aren't
of
they
them is like
making another Fantastic Four? Or no?
I believe that now that Disney has the Fox properties, I think they're gonna start to slowly trickle in the
Okay.
X-Men and the
Yes,
and
that's right. X-Men too.
I've heard talk of bringing in Ryan Reynolds Deadpool into the MCU as as gently as possible. And has there been an R-rated MCU movie? I don't believe there has.
No. Nope.
PG-13 is obviously, I'm pretty sure that's the rating of all of them.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I love the Deadpool movies.
Oh my God,
With
yeah.
all my heart. They're both fantastic.
They're
Ryan
hilarious.
Reynolds is just the ultimate actor for that character.
For sure.
And I love the MCU a lot. Like all the movies, they're amazing. I really want Deadpool in the greater cinematic universe to work, but I don't know how that would work with an PG-13 rated movie. I think you lose so much of what makes the Deadpool movies great if it loses the R rating.
Yeah, or it's gonna be pushing. If you don't lose as much of that, then it's gonna be pushing the bounds of the PG-13
Exactly.
rating.
Yeah.
Or
It's really not. So you either have to really dumb it down, or you really have to make some parents angry that they went a little bit above their PG-13.
Yeah.
So there's really no winning.
You gotta take it with a grain of salt.
Exactly. So I guess I would, as long as Ryan Reynolds continues to play that character, I suppose I can accept like a gentle reboot of the character, to like a new iteration of the character played by the same actor, if that makes sense. That could work because they kind of already did that with Deadpool already. Because Deadpool was in one of those really bad X-Men movies. I don't remember which one, but
really?
Ryan Reynolds played the character. I believe he was just essentially playing Wade Wilson, but like he was just a really crappy hitman character type deal. And then the movie was not good. So, but Ryan Reynolds still liked the role, and they just ended up casting him again, and then they got the Deadpool movie from a few years back that everybody loved, deservedly, because it was a really good movie. So I'm not sure how they'd pull that off. It'd be kind of weird to do it a third time, but hey, what do I know? I don't make movies. Nor do I make billions of dollars at Marvel. And Disney. God, Disney is just, it's insane how much Disney has their fingerprint on.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Simpsons, everything with Fox.
National Geographic. Like how does that even happen?
A lot of money to throw around. Star Wars, I know you and I aren't even big Star Wars fans, but you can't deny how much money that franchise makes.
What a legendary
exactly. Yeah, it's
series.
A huge deal.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, it's Disney is probably
Disney
taking
has
over the world.
Evolved from when we were kids.
Humble Steamboat Willie.
Yeah. Is now running superhero movies.
Yeah, Disney is literally turning into a James Bond villain.
It is.
That's funny, but you know, as long as they maintain the quality, I think they've done a fine job of not ruining anything that they've acquired yet, and in some cases they've even made it better.
Yeah.
Obviously, The Simpsons was already on a long downslide. I'm a huge fan of early Simpsons, as I know you are as well.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I'm not saying that every single new episode of The Simpsons is bad, from season 25 and onward. There's been plenty of good episodes, but no one can deny that the quality of them has just gone down slowly and slowly since
unfortunately,
the mid-90s.
As much as I hate to admit it, yeah.
Yeah, and at some point I just wonder, because the voice actors are aging. So some of them have even unfortunately passed away.
God, yeah.
Yeah. What point do you just say we can call it here? Thank you guys for all these years.
For the great run.
We've made something bigger than life, but
just people have made a career out of a TV show.
Oh, absolutely.
That sounds crazy. 20 plus years.
No, 30 plus years now.
Oh my gosh.
I believe they're in season 32. It would be the next one.
Oh my gosh. That's shocking, dude.
The show started the show itself, not the characters creation.
Yeah.
Show started in 1989 was the date of the first syndication was, I believe, November, December 1989.
Wow.
For context, that is the very first year that a Madden NFL game came out. Except it wasn't Madden NFL, it was John Madden football or something. But those things started the same year, so I have a weird association with the two of them. But you can imagine what when I say the very first Madden football game, what that would have looked like. Two blocks per football player's icon, and maybe three colors. Yeah, and the Nintendo Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Simpsons, something we still have that at the time looks for the most part identical to how it does look now. Started that same year. It's insane. My mother was a teenager when the Simpsons started.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Dude, when you said so this is sidetracking, but when you said the dinosaur, I saw this YouTube video by Brave Wilderness. I don't know if you heard of them.
I have not, but continue.
Okay, so it's just basically an outdoors channel and with dealing with wildlife and
cool.
Nature and stuff. And they were doing research on this one dinosaur. I think it's relatively newfound, and it's they're mini velociraptors, velociraptors, the ones that run around. They look like little T-Rexes, kind of human-sized T-Rexes. Yeah, so they found little ones that are like a foot tall. So when I saw that, it was quite literally ankle biters. And it must have been the ancient version of a Chihuahua. They must have been so annoying to the other dinosaurs.
Don't get me started on Chihuahuas.
I know. When I thought about bringing this up, I thought about your line that if a dog is.
Oh, I took that from Parks and Rec, but.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that's a Ron Swansonism.
Do him some justice. Tell the line.
I don't remember the number he used, but it's if it's I think it's something if it's less than 10 pounds, it's not a dog, it's a cat.
Yeah.
So by my logic, every Chihuahua is a loud cat to me.
If you can punt it across the yard.
If I could pick it up and drop kick it from over a fence into another person's yard, it's a cat. I'd not endorse it. I would never do that to an animal. Oh my God. But I've surely thought about it.
I'm a huge animal lover. I've even had a Chihuahua myself before. Ugh. Are you gonna want to get any animals after you graduate college or anything?
I would rather. I want to be in a living situation where I'm 100% certain that animals are welcome. Certain apartments don't really love them, but B obviously able to take care of myself and would feel comfortable in the cost of caring for an animal. Absolutely. I've thought about what breed of dog I want even at this point.
What would you be interested in?
A good medium-sized dog. So obviously we've established I'm not a big fan of the little tiny rat dogs. Nothing that could fit in a purse, but like American. You feel anybody can look these up. American Bully. It's like a pit bull type breed type. They're like they look like little hippos. They're very very cute dogs. Then they're very like very companion-y and friend.
So you're not affectionate for anything that can fit in a purse?
It's not that I'm not affectionate. It depends on the dog's demeanor, but all of those
what
dogs
about a hot dog?
you mean like a wiener dog, like a dachshund, or like an actual like? Are you just talking about
like a Frank? No pun intended. I know that's.
So you're talking about like
I'm on a podcast
Oscar Mayer wiener.
Yes.
That is in a bun.
Like sometimes they're cut up and put in beans that just like send shivers down my spine.
So please, yes, please continue to describe what a hot dog is to me. It's usually made out of
like a horse intestine,
pig entrails and
yeah.
Leftover pieces of the snout that they cut up and all that good stuff. Really all the best nutrition.
Is that what they put in McDonald's chicken McNuggets or whatever?
Oh, almost. Oh yeah, like beaks and gizzards and
ground up pieces of snout. I've never.
I don't give a crap. I'll still eat McDonald's.
That's amazing. Nugget. I will also eat hot dogs all day long, bro.
See, I do not like hot dogs. And
they have grown on to me for some reason.
I really, really dislike hot dogs, and it's not even because like I am. You
don't swing that way?
No, no, I do not. No, it's not even that I'm disgusted by the material that's in them. That doesn't bother me at all. One of my favorite breakfast foods is Scrapple, which is literally like a hot dog.
I love Scrapple.
Okay. Yeah, like that mix.
It's just like for anyone that doesn't know, it's just like a blend of like breakfast meat. And like
that's a really generous way to put it.
actually no, it's just a mixture of meat eaten for breakfast. Like it is very questionable where Scrapple can be coming from. Like as far as like I know, the most that it's ever been described is like they just open a container in like a warehouse somewhere that says 100% meat on the side and just dump it into a box that says Scrapple.
Yeah, and you know what? Like I love Scrapple. I like the nice like flaky outside of it, and then like that nice like soft
like filling.
Yeah, exactly. It's not, I don't want to say like mushy because it's not like wet. It's like this like, delicious like bread.
It's just like a filling meat mixture.
Yeah, delicious. It's very much a Pennsylvania like tradition.
I'm
sure other places love it, but it's a very like Amish buffet breakfast food.
Yeah.
So sorry, go back to the hot dog. The content of a hot dog does not bother me in the slightest. I just really don't like hot dogs, which I know sounds like so un-American. It's like
this is
the 4th of July. Yeah, it's like this is the 4th of July. We eat hamburgers and hot dogs. I can eat a hamburger fine. And if you're only serving hot dogs, I'll eat one. I'm not like that much of a jerk about it.
Yeah.
Like I can consume a hot dog and feel fine. But like if you're giving me a choice, like okay, we have hamburgers and hot dogs. You want one of each? I'm like no, I'll just eat a hamburger.
So it's safe to say you're never going to be entering any.
No, I will not be.
How fast can you eat?
I will not be challenging Joey Chestnut for his
1,000
for his world record of hot dog consumption.
Joey's world tour.
I can't even handle. Oh my god, the way they eat the hot dogs in the hot dog eating competition, I physically honestly recoil every time I see it. I can't handle the sight of wet bread, and they're straight up dunking these stupid things in a cup of water.
And they're like sloshing it down the gizzard with even more water.
One-throating a wet hot dog.
Oh god, no.
And this man, hold on, I'm looking this up right now. What is this man? I think he just beat his own record this last year. Hold on. What is this? I gotta Google this right now. I'm on my phone looking this up. Joey Chestnut record.
Interesting you talked about diabetes earlier.
Yeah. Now we're gonna talk about cholesterol issues, kids. Joey Chestnut ate 75 hot dogs. And that's in what time frame?
Dude, I don't know.
How long? 10 minutes.
Oh my god. That's 7.5 hot dogs per minute.
That's nearly 8 hot dogs in 60 seconds. Whereas I struggle to finish one in like 20
in an hour. Oh my gosh, dude. That man's got to be chowing down on the Cheerios.
I have a weird kind of respect for him though, because like he doesn't look that like grotesque for somebody who can eat 80 hot dogs in the time it takes me to microwave a frozen
to microwave a frozen pizza, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of respect to you, Mr. Chestnut.
Yes.
Also,
congratulations.
could he have a better name? Like, the only way he could have a better name if his name was like Frank
Joey
Enfurter.
Chestnut. Frank
like middle initial N.
Yeah.
Joey Chestnut. Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's
what
amazing.
a legend.
Congratulations on shoving
I can't believe
meat sticks down your gizzard.
Is it gizzard?
Your gullet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, that just sounds like he's shoving them in his chest cavity for later usage.
He pretty much is. Like, I don't think there's any digestion of food.
How do you physically fit 70 or 75 hot dogs in a span of 10 minutes?
I'm sorry if this is disgusting, but there is no way they do not immediately purge after that.
Oh my god, no, they have to.
There is, yeah, like there is no digestion of any kind, because the first step of digesting a food is chewing it, and you know for damn sure they are not chewing their food.
Oh no,
that is a straight solid soggy hot dog.
They're slicing portions to slide down their throat.
That is sliding down your tracheal tube. I don't know anatomy. This is probably all wrong. That is going down right into the pit of your stomach and just sitting there. A literal complete hot dog that is barely being affected by stomach acid.
Dude, so you know what's crazy? Like, it takes I learned in like middle school in health class that it takes approximately 10 seconds from the time you initially swallow your food for it to actually reach your stomach and like
I believe it.
Drop into the acid and start the digestion process.
Okay.
So this man is eating an entire hot dog and then starting another one before the first one even begins the digestion process of his stomach. That's just, man, we maybe we should title this episode something about legends or something like that, because we started at Patrick Mahomes and then we started talking about rusty tow trucks, and now we're at men who can shovel food down their
straight
throat.
Up. Let's just name the episode Joey Chestnut greater than symbol Patrick Mahomes.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Pay Joey Chestnut $500 million. Forget Patrick Mahomes.
Pay him in hot dogs, though.
I don't think he. Do you
give him a week. He'll have it done.
Serious question. Do you think he has ever eaten a hot dog for his own leisure in between competitions? If I were him, I couldn't even look at a hot dog.
How do you not get like disgusted with like what you surround yourself by? Like,
well, it's funny. He doesn't even look like. I think I said this. He doesn't even look that like
bad.
Gross for somebody who can put down 80 hot dogs in like a 10. I'm sorry, 75, but I'm rounding. But, he looks like a normal guy. And then he like detaches he unhinges his jaw like an anaconda and just devours these.
And just lets it slide.
All right. Well, if you tuned out for the last like 15 minutes, we literally have talked about a man eating hot dogs for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. No, maybe not 15
That's
minutes.
impressive.
Long enough. Almost as impressive as the hot dogs themselves. But Dylan, I think it's been a wonderful round of conversation.
Yeah. Hopefully this episode has been appetizing.
Hopefully,
considering
maybe you're
the name
hungry
of the
for a hot
podcast
dog.
And what we've been talking about. Yeah. So
but I would like to warn you that hot dogs, they're a very calorie intensive food, especially if you eat them with all the fixings, the ketchup, the mustard, the relish, the onion, maybe like a Chicago dog, and especially if you're eating 75 of them in 10 minutes.
Yes.
You're definitely going to be consuming a lot of calories. So maybe, just maybe, as you're thinking about it, put down that hot dog and ask yourself, do I want some salad? Thanks for listening.
Yes. That is all. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day. And stay tuned. Special guest next time on Want Some Salad. If you like the high school episode, we are bringing Ken, the man
one
himself.
And only Ken.
Ken, the man.
Your college roommate.
Yes, my college roommate is Ken. I'm revealing this. He has a name. He will reveal it. He'll tell us his side of the story about the
any
being thrown into a
or...
gymnasium.
Yes.
In nothing but his skivvies. And also having to throw a half-drank water bottle in and pretending it was a fragmentation device explosive.
Oh, dude, don't say skivvies, please. Like, it just flashed me back to boot camp. And so on that note, let's just tell everyone that we love them, wish them a happy day.
Anybody who listens to this, you're literally our hero. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We have so much fun doing this.
Yeah, we really do. And just the fact that anybody listens to it just makes us so much more excited to do it. We started this... we'll be completely honest. We started this just as essentially as doing voice memoirs for ourselves to listen to 10 years down the line. But just the idea that we're entertaining even one extra person by just sharing our stupid story. Yeah, we feel like kings at the top of the world.
Very accomplished.
So if you listen to this, we love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for real, guys. Thank you. So let's leave them with that, guys. We will see you on the next episode with Ken.
Yep. Bye. If you enjoyed your salad and would like a second helping, make sure to hit up that waiter known as Instagram and search him for our account page known as @WantSomeSaladPod. I repeat, that's @WantSomeSaladPod. Follow our page for extra toppings, fresh content, and regular updates from your favorite hosts. I repeat, that's @WantSomeSaladPod on Instagram. Give us a follow, and remember, you ate the breadsticks, get your salad.